Cultist Storm is a cooperative game where 2 to 5 investigators are trying to keep cultists from bringing about the end of the world. Assemble the central board. Place the trophies, shrine markers, gate cards and seals, and crystals nearby. Set the Great Old One decks aside. Place 5 random locations on their indicated spots. Set the cultist marker on the shield location. Create the cultist deck based on player count. Special cultists can be added for a bigger challenge. Once shuffled, draw 1 cultist for each location. Draw and place 1 yellow Final Act tarot card face down above the eye location symbol. Place a purple tarot crystal and a tarot marker on it. Place 1 blue tarot card above each other location symbol. Players choose a character and take their board, deck, targeting tokens, badge, and mini with colored ring. Players are dealt 2 item cards. Keep 1. In the clockwise turn order and beginning from the starting location, players place their minis on a location. The game is played in rounds, and each round has 6 phases: Cultist, Terror, Preparation, Investigator, Combat, and Location Sealing. During the Cultist phase, Great Old Ones slide down to devour the closest cultist at their location, gaining the sect symbol of that cultist. Next, move the cultist marker clockwise a number of spots equal to the player count. A cultist spawns at each location. If a 4th cultist spawns at a location, the associated Great Old One is summoned there. After all cards are placed, roll each cultist die, then place them on locations. In the Terror phase, move the Terror marker 1 spot clockwise. Add a purple Terror crystal to the new Terror card. Each time the Terror marker circles the board, the players permanently activate 1 location. Mark this with a shrine token to unlock the location's ability, which is now available to a player at that location. Some locations have different rules. Anyhow, if the crystal threshold is reached, flip and resolve the card immediately, then replace with a new tarot card. If the Final Act tarot card is flipped, follow the text on the card. In the preparation phase, players refill their hands to 4 cards. The investigator dice are rolled and placed in the center of the board. The investigator phase allows players to perform a number of actions. Players may claim a die from the pool, use an activated location's effect, and move. Take an insanity crystal for each move beyond the first. Players may also target an enemy at their location. Melee fighters can only target the closest cultist at that location. Search by drawing item cards up to the number of magnifying glass icons on your cards. Some items cause cultists to appear or even move the terror marker. Players are generally limited to 2 items at a time. If players are at the same location, they may trade items. Players may play investigator cards in front of another player as support. The one who played the card takes an insanity crystal. Cards with the fist symbol resolve during combat, cards with the red icon prevent the supporter from drawing a replacement card, and cards with an elder sign do not cost insanity to play as support. Players can gain forbidden knowledge, meaning player powers, by spending cultist trophies. Apply the negative effect shown. The player also gains the gate seal card of their choice. In the combat phase, players resolve fights with their target. If a player is at a location and chooses not to fight, suffer insanity. Players must match the symbols using a combination of their own cards, support cards, dice, items, and/or location and character abilities. Cultist cards have 3 to 5 symbols: the colored ones on the card, the red cultist die, and the orange sex symbol at the bottom if it matches the cultist location. Once a cultist is defeated, they go in the discard pile. The player gains a trophy token matching the sect symbol. When a Great Old One appears, all players gain an insanity crystal. Players can only fight a Great Old One if no cultists are at a location. As the Great Old One consumes the cultist there, it gains the sect symbol of each devoured cultist. To fight a Great Old One, a player takes insanity and must match all the symbols. If you beat it, that location is automatically sealed. If a location is not sealed by defeating a Great Old One, it can be sealed during the location sealing phase. Players as a group place 1 matching trophy per player at the location. The player with the Gate Seal card applies the Gate Seal if at the matching location. If cultists are still present, the sealer suffers 1 insanity per cultist. Continue until one of the end conditions is triggered. Players lose if anyone goes insane, the number of cultists on the board surpasses the cultist threshold, or a Great Old One passes into our world, meaning you didn't defeat them in the earlier combat phase. Players win if they seal all 5 locations with no Great Old Ones in play. Investigate with cards and items, support your allies, fight cultists and Great Old Ones, and seal those locations. That's Cultistorm. Cultistorm is quite large. Stick to the dining table. There's no math, but a lot of reading. Gameplay is mostly matching symbols, but that's done with some tricky puzzling and optimizing actions. While I could see experienced gamers under 10 being fine with the mechanisms, the art is a different story. Can they handle seeing the Nazgul in Lord of the Rings? They'd probably be okay. Including setup and takedown, our average game is around 2 hours. Luck plays a role, as does analysis paralysis. AP is when you freeze when you need to make decisions. That would make this game take an eternity. In our 4th game of Cultistorm, we were overwhelmed quickly. It seemed like we were going to lose before we sealed our first gate. A few successful searches gave us some helpful items, and we had things under control within a round or 2. Unfortunately, thanks to the cultists and Mother Hydra blocking Mom and Dad's ranged attacks, we were overwhelmed again. The next few turns took a while as we all puzzled everything out very carefully. Slowly but surely, we not only eliminated cultists, but also sealed a handful of gates. With 2 remaining, another cultist and Mother Hydra came out. To make things worse, we were at our cultist threshold. We put our heads together and managed a huge turn. We killed a few enemies, sealed both gates, and boom, we won. Cultistorm comes with tons of stuff. As with most modular games, there's a lot to set up as well. Assign jobs to help this go faster. Games will feel different based on your characters, which cultists are used and how they come out, the tarot cards and their different thresholds, and the Great Old Ones. Even if you use the same cards, there's enough randomness to keep you on your toes. You definitely feel like you're working together. If you don't step up to help your allies on pretty much every turn, you won't win. Managing your cultists and tarot thresholds is the most important thing. I feel like this has a significantly stronger co-op feel than, say, Marvel Champions. The incredible art really pulls you in. If you think about the theme, everything makes sense. Visit locations to clear out the cultists you heard were there. You find a Necronomicon page on their body or some other clue that reveals their plan. After you collect enough trophies, you seal the gate to stop them once and for all. Oh, and the location abilities, which are randomized and set at the start, are great. Not all are equally helpful, but you never know what situation you'll be in. The mechanism for unlocking them is cool. The rulebook is bad. It's missing information, there are a handful of typos everywhere, and they really need an editor. Cultistorm is a challenging optimization puzzle with a cool theme and loads of variety. We have the Kickstarter edition with a pile of extra cards, but the base game has quite a lot in it. The publisher is a small European company, so finding this game isn't easy. They recently ran a Kickstarter. If you're interested, late pledging is probably your best bet. We did that to grab the expansions. I recommend this if you like co-op puzzles with replay value, but keep in mind the unclear rules. The publisher has released errata, with typos of course. They really need to hire an editor. I don't blame people for giving up before they get to an otherwise enjoyable game. If you like the theme but you're looking for a different style of game, I'll be reviewing Arkham Horror the card game soon.